What's up, YouTube? What's up, TikTok? I'm live on two places. Sorry for the casual wear. I just got back from a little workout. I'm getting ready to go to dinner, but I just thought I would take a couple minutes and say hello, see what you guys are up to. I'm live here on YouTube, but also here on TikTok, so feel free to ask me anything you want. This is sort of, I'm dropping in to say hello, but also to talk about anything I might know a little bit about. If you don't know me, I'm a writer, director, producer. I talk a lot about brands, branding, video production. Can you help me get a job? I don't know. Can I? What are you good at? I'm just here doing like a little AMA, guys. So I'm going to move this camera around so I can see, or you can see both sides. You got a resume. Okay, awesome. What are you good at? Let me know in the comment what you're good at. Skilled trade. Still super vague, man. I can give you some specifics like Davis wants to know about tips on brand. Do you have any tips on how to change your brand identity? Okay, well, why do you want to change it in the first place? What's going on with your brand identity? Also, let me know where you're watching from. I'm in sunny Southern California. I'm a little casual because I just got back from a workout. I'm also kind of dirty. If you've been watching my Instagrams, you've been knowing I'm also jumping in these cold pools, like a cold plunge, and that's been great. So at the end of the day, it's really great, especially if you just worked out. You know, it's really good. So you want to go in a different direction. Okay. Well, fundamentally, whenever you want to go in a different direction with your brand, there's two questions to ask yourself, and that is, what's it for? Which is your goal, your objective, your what you want to accomplish, and who it's for, what it's for, who it's for. Uh, when you know what it's for, like the goal that you want to accomplish, maybe you're going in a different direction because the old direction is not working, or you're not enjoying it personally, it's not fulfilling. There's lots of different reasons to change directions, but whatever that case, whether you're starting something new or you're trying to ignite something that you've been doing for a while, it's the same fundamental issue. You want to start with, what's the point, what's the goal? So if you have a product or service to sell, that's a good place to start. Like, hey, I want to sell more of these, or I want to do more business with my clients. If you have an awareness issue, that might be a goal. So, I want to become known. No one knows me right now, and so, it's an awareness piece. Who it's for, you want to identify who the audience is. Probably a classic case study of going in a different direction is my buddy Gary Vaynerchuk. If you know Gary V, back in the day when I first met Gary, like 2008, Gary had just written a book called Crush It, but he was the wine TV guy, or the wine guy. Everyone knew Gary from selling wine, and he did business in his dad's wine business, took it from like $3 million a year to $60 million a year. And Gary was all about the wine. He actually became pretty famous for that. He was on national TV. He was talking about wine all the time. And then he changed directions. He rebranded himself, and he said that he was going into media, and that he wanted to start this agency called VaynerMedia. And everyone kind of thought he was crazy, but sure enough, he did it. And then when everyone thought Gary was just the media guy, he's like, "Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm also the sports guy." So he got into like sports management, being a sports agent. Now he reps professional athletes, and he's got VaynerX, which is this whole sports media company. And just when you think he's done, no, 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 no. Now he's into NFTs, and so he's also an investor. So in each one of these steps, basically Gary reinvented himself, rebranded himself. He's done it several different times, very successfully. So I think he's a great case study to look at. If you don't know who Gary is, look him up. It's Gary V. I mean, if you don't know who Gary is, you're probably living under a rock or a cave somewhere. But that's fine. Look him up on YouTube. He's prolific. He's everywhere. He's a great example, case study of someone who I think was totally reinvented himself, every couple of years. So hope that helps. What's up, everyone? If you're just joining, let me know where you're watching from. I just thought I'd pop in here, got back from a little workout, and I'm just saying hello. Let me know. I'm in Los Angeles. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm here on TikTok with my TikTok buds, and then here on YouTube with YouTube friends. Watching from Toronto. Great. Yeah, that's the guy. Gary's the guy who does also thrifting. Yeah, he's like obsessive about flipping, like buying stuffed animals at a garage sale for like 50 cents, flipping it for $20. I mean, it's not about the money for him. It's about the hunt. He loves that sort of arbitrage, right? Of buying something cheap, selling it high. It's just, yeah, Gary's phenomenal. And yes, he has a mouth. He swears, and that's just his persona. Good dude, good friend. Chris is watching from Michigan. Nice. There's some more TikTok people. Come on. Hey, TikTok, though. I'm not forgetting about you guys. Ask your questions. Let me know what you want to know. I'm here just popping in, talking a little bit about what I know a little bit about. That's branding and marketing and advertising. I work with a lot of brands. I'm a writer, director, producer. If you haven't met me before, nice to meet you. My name is Brian. And I have a little production company in Los Angeles. And we make lots of different kinds of content for our clients, but also I have a little show called Behind the Brand. That's this channel that you're watching here on TikTok and YouTube. And I get a chance to meet some pretty amazing people. Chris, you sent me a DM. Okay, I'll definitely check that. Did you send it to my personal page or to my brand page? You can also go to my website, and if you go to the Behind the Brand website, I've got an email published there. I don't always check DMs because I get so many. So you can send me an email there. It's pretty easy to find. It's published right in the contact information. India in the house. What's up, guys or gals? A couple more people now. TikTok, is growing for me. I've got about 8,000 people following on TikTok. It's very interesting to watch that platform grow. I don't know how to use it yet. I'm really just dipping a big toe, but it's a lot of fun watching the trends and trying to figure things out. YouTube, I'm a lot more comfortable, and that's where I publish most of my content, whether that's long form or short form, and now even trying shorts. I'm still not really sold on shorts on YouTube. I mean, I know it's trying to compete with what TikTok does, but I don't know if I love shorts yet on YouTube. Jury's still out for me. I mean, it's interesting, but for short form stuff, TikTok is probably the place to go. TikTok, you're kind of quiet over here. Don't forget to ask me questions. I'm here for just a little bit before I get dressed. I got to change these dirty clothes and get out and get something to eat and getting hungry. YouTube is pretty active over here, picking up. We've got questions flowing, so don't think I'm ignoring you, but I just don't see any questions or you got to show up. So ask me something while I'm here because I'm going to bounce pretty soon. That's my dog behind me, if you can see my dog. Let's see. Brute wants to know, when you ask big name personalities for an interview, do they always agree? What can you say to them that they will agree? Oh, so maybe you're asking, when I want sort of big name people to come on the show, do they sometimes decline? The short answer is yes, of course. And the other thing is that you should know about how things work here is, I would say 90% of the people that come on the show, their management companies are pitching me first. So their publicist or their manager reaches out and they say, hey, Seth Godin has a new book out and he would love to be on your show and talk about it. And so, that person will reach out and then I'll say, oh yeah, I would love to have Seth on, or I've never heard of him or her, and I would love to read the book first. So they send it to me and my team, and we sort of vet the story first, and then we agree or not agree to do it. So 90% of the people that end up coming on the show or that we shoot video with, these are people that have pitched us. And it's nice because we've been doing this for a while now, that we're sort of on the radar, and when someone has something new to talk about or has an interesting point of view, they know that my channel is a platform for them to come and talk about it. And, so for the rest of the 10%, yeah, I have like a little list of, my wish list of people that I want to talk to. And yeah, unfortunately, sometimes they say no. But I guess what I've learned, I've learned it the hard way. Sometimes I do get my feelings hurt because I really do want to meet this person and they say no. I have to remember that most of the time it's just a no for now. So even though it seems like I'm being rejected or, I'm a little butthurt sometimes, I'll admit, when I can step back and sort of try to understand that person, why they may have said no, or why their publicist or their people have said no. There's lots of different reasons. Could be timing, logistics, maybe they're at the end of their media run and they've already done all the media that they want to do. They've hit all the outlets. They've checked all the boxes, and just one more interview is just even though maybe they like me or they know me or, what I've got to offer is great. They're just I'm done. I've had enough. Got to go back, spend time with my family, or go back and, create more of what they've already created. So it's not personal. At least I hope it's not. And it's usually just a no for now. And that's happened lots of times where, Malcolm Gladwell is a great example of that. Malcolm was on my wish list forever, and I was chasing Malcolm. I love Malcolm's book. All of his books are sort of here behind me. You can see, every single one I've got. And I just want to meet Malcolm so bad. And I don't know, it took a few years of us sort of chasing each other's schedules, and I could just never sync up with him. Finally, this last year, I reached out to his publicist for a new book that was coming out, for a new podcast that he had just done. And they're like, yeah, we would love to do it. I was like, okay, great. You've said no for 5 years. Finally, this is great. And I didn't want to take any risks and ask them, well, why now? Why did you say no before? But it was just hey, I got it. And sure enough, I met Malcolm, and it was terrific. He was amazing. It was sort of a dream come true, bucket list kind of thing. And, just took time. You had to be patient. So hope that answers your question. Sorry to go on a ramble a little bit, but yeah, that's sometimes how things work. Let me get into some of these a couple more of these questions before I got to bounce. Let's see. Jean-Francois, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, wants to know, any advice for a small channel to reach big names such as those on your show? I would say, so one of my favorite lines is from Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, right? So he's approaching that woman, the girl that he finds so attractive in the bar. Remember that scene? And he rolls up on her with all the confidence, and she's like a 10 out of 10 and he's like a 1 out of 10, right? And he says, so what are the chances of us going out? And she said something like, I would say 1 in a million. And of course, his interpretation is, oh, so you're saying there's a chance, like 1 out of 1 million. But what she's saying very nicely is, you don't have any chance. Even though there is a chance, there's 1 in a million, but this is basically not going to happen. So I would say the same thing about big creators or big names. Like, you're going to be hard pressed to get them to say yes. So don't be discouraged if they say no. But who knows? I think really the key to anything, whether it's a big creator or trying to accomplish a big goal, or meet someone you want to meet who's maybe out of your league, you have to understand what they need first. And when you can figure out what they need, then you can see whether or not you've got the stuff that will fulfill that. For example, it might be as easy as someone. I can't even remember who it was. I think it was Guy Kawasaki. Do you know who Guy Kawasaki is? He's like one of the first at Apple. He was an Apple evangelist, and he became like an investor and angel investor, and then he started writing books. And Guy is prolific in that space. He was an evangelist for Canva, that unicorn company. Anyway, so he talks. I remember, gosh, this was years ago. I think he was at some conference and he tweets out on Twitter, "Hey, I'm at this conference, out of my city, and does someone have an extra cord? I forgot my cord to charge my Mac." And then someone's like, "Oh yeah, I'm here, like 5 minutes away from you. I live here in this town. I'm going to bring you a cord." So the guy rushes over, brings Guy the cord, and it's like, completely makes his day. And so, that person was probably a nobody in terms of, on Guy's radar. They didn't know each other. They were complete strangers. But here's someone who had their ear to the ground, who was paying attention to what, someone who he admired needed. And he was paying attention, and he was able to get Guy Kawasaki, maybe his idol, do something for him. So that was a great introduction. So the lesson here is, if you can figure out what that person needs, maybe you can be the one to fulfill that. The chances are low, but that's okay. If you have your ear to the ground and you can figure out sort of what's going on, you have a chance at least. I hope that advice helps. But whatever kind of collaboration or partnership you're thinking about, I think that's the best way to go in it, is like, what can I do for that person? And it's not a new concept. I think in that book, How to Win Friends and Influence, whatever that book is, it's a John D. Rockefeller book. It's not that great a book, but one of the key lessons in that old book about how to win friends and have influence, whatever the title is, he talks about helping the other person win first, and then you can win together. And that's sort of the concept. So anyway, if you're just tuning in here, if you're just watching, I just popped on to say hello. It's been a while since I did a live. I'm here on YouTube Live. I'm here on TikTok Live. TikTok, guys, you got to get your act together. I do not see a whole lot of activity. Well, that's because I only have like 8,000 people following me on TikTok right now. But if you're on YouTube and you're on TikTok too, you can see me on, the handle is Get Behind the Brand. I'll put it here so you can check me out on TikTok and see how I'm doing on that platform. But if you're on TikTok and you're not on YouTube, you can watch me on YouTube. Just click the little link in my bio and it'll take you over to the YouTube page, and you can see all my long form and short term. Well, I can't talk today. It's the weekend. Sorry. And I have not been drinking. I'm just drinking this like juice after workout juice. Helps me recover. Anyway, watch my videos on YouTube. They're long form and short form and everything in between. In any case, hope that answers your question. A follow-up question. Okay, so what problems did I encounter starting my YouTube channel? I mean, too many to list. But let me start by saying this. I mean, the things that I thought were problems are not actually problems. Okay, hang on one sec. My dog wants to go out. Come on, let's go out. There you go, bud. Okay, sorry about that. The things that I thought were problems were not actually problems. I'll give you an example. I was worried about the fact that I had low views and low subscriber count, the vanity metrics. And, of course, everyone's going to worry about that. But that's actually not a huge problem if you back up and figure out, again, those two questions that I posed before, which is, what's it for and who's it for? So in the case of my YouTube channel, I'll just share my personal, what's it for. My YouTube channel is for me. It's so important for me to do and create, be a creator. It lights me up. It's what makes me happy and feel fulfilled, and I can't not do it. It's like it's in me, and so it needs to come out and be produced. I need to create. It's like I can't explain it, but it's just like, it is to breathing and eating. It's just like, this is what I love to wake up to do. I feel so happy doing it. And so because that's one of my objectives, is to sort of feel fulfilled and happy and have a creative outlet. Of course, how many people are watching and all that stuff, it's important, but it's not the most important thing. Just like, money's important too, to be able to fund things and afford things and buy things and have a certain lifestyle and have time. But money is not the first thing. It's not the reason I do this channel, or even I'm on TikTok, I don't do it for the money. It's down the list of priorities. And so therefore, at first I thought I was failing because I wasn't getting the views and the subs, and I started worrying about all those things. And it turned out like that was not important at all. And so that was not even in the category of failure. I also learned to reframe failure into learning. I love the saying, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn instead of lose. Now, I have felt that I've lost before. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like everybody else. I take it on the chin sometimes, or get sand kicked in my face, or someone, one of my competitors eats my lunch. But really, I feel like when I don't accomplish my goal, or if I'm not satisfied or happy with the result, I'm really trying to reframe those things into key learnings, and also think about competing as a competition against myself. Am I a little bit better today than I was yesterday? If the answer is yes, I'm winning. I'll say it again. Am I a little better today than I was yesterday? And if the answer is yes, I am winning. So sometimes I'm doing better incrementally, much better, much faster. Other days, I'm running the tortoise's race, slow and steady. But hopefully I am moving forward and not back. And so that's what it's about. So unfortunately, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So like every time I create a video, I'm kind of not like 100% proud of it. I'm working on that. But I always find something, I wish, the lighting was like, right now this lighting is kind of harsh on YouTube. It looks pretty good on TikTok through my phone, but through my webcam, it looks a little harsh to me. Anyway, I just find little things to pick out that I probably shouldn't, because I have this perfectionism thing. But I hope that advice helps. Keep the questions coming for a little bit longer. I'm getting ready to go out to dinner. It's almost 7 p.m. here in Southern California. Man, it's been hot here. We had a little heat wave, and we've had fires in the Tahoe area. I'm thinking of you guys who are out on the East Coast. I know you've had floods. Texas going through the ringer right now with a lot of legal stuff regarding the rights for women. That's oof. So let me know where you're watching from. I'd be curious to see what's happening in your neck of the woods right now. But I'm going to be here for just a few minutes longer before I have to bounce, go get some food, get a clean shirt on. I'm going to go get some dinner. TikTok, I haven't forgot about you. I'm live on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously. It's a fun app. I'm enjoying it. I'm still learning, I have to admit, but you know. Chris wants to know if my origin story is post. Yes, it is. Partially, I'll say. My origin story is, let me see if I can grab it. No, I can't because I'm streaming. I have it as a part of my story is published as like the channel trailer to my YouTube channel, and you can see a little bit about me. You can also go and check out the website. There's more. I have a behind the brand website. I'll put it here in the comments. HTTPS. Can't type very well right now. Behind the brand. Brand.tv. I have a website for the channel. It talks a little bit more about where I came from. The quick tour is I was at the studios, the Hollywood studios, for a number of years doing brand marketing and strategy. I loved it. I had a big budget. I spent a lot of the studio's money. I walked the red carpet with movie stars, and I just, I got a great education on everything brand marketing and advertising. And then I got a chance to get into production, lights, camera, action, and I sort of pivoted, and I did that in like 2007, 2008, and the timing was tough because that was the Great Recession, and all my plans sort of disappeared overnight, and I had to figure stuff out. I had a new startup, and I had cut the cord to my old business. I had my connections, but I didn't have the salary or health benefits or any of the cushion or nice things. And I had to really dig deep, and it was tough. I got beat up a lot. I went through the ringer, but what I had to figure out was, how am I going to survive this? And this YouTube channel really was born out of that. Behind the Brand was my first attempt to really reach out to people I thought knew what they were talking about. And so that's why the tagline to the show is, it's a show about innovators, entrepreneurs, and the stories behind their success. Because as I was reaching out to them, I really needed to know how to be successful because I had this new business. And so I started it very selfishly. Like, for me, I needed to figure this out. And then it turns out that there's a lot of other people who are kind of in the same boat as me. And I think that's how the show got traction and people started to watch and pay attention. So it was sort of born out of necessity. I was scratching my own itch, if you want to call it that, or trying to invent the solution to my problem. Guys, I appreciate the questions. I got a couple more minutes here before I got to bounce. If you want to ask me a question before I click off. If not, I hope you guys have a great long weekend. I'll try and come back on here maybe next week or something. It's been a while since I've done a live, but I know it's the weekend, so probably everyone's out having a good time. If you want to leave something in the comments, I will definitely respond when I get back from eating or maybe over the weekend. Thank you always for being part of my channel. I love you guys. This is the reason I do this, and it's great to get to know you a little bit here in the chat. And hope you have a great weekend. I'll talk soon. All right, later.